Welcome to Healing with Hillary, where we awaken the healer within. If you're ready to align your body, mind, and spirit, you're in the right place. Loving Align One. What makes them feel safe in love? What makes them afraid? And how to love them better. Align One partner is not difficult to love, but they do require a different kind of love than most people are taught to give. They do not open because you are intense, charming, or emotionally expressive. They open because their system concludes over time that you are steady. Their deepest relaxation comes from a sense that the relationship has a foundation, and that foundation will not disappear overnight. If you want to love Align One well, you have to understand the real goal. It is not getting them to trust faster. It is creating the conditions where trust becomes the obvious conclusion. What makes Align One feel safe in love? Align Ones experience safety through predictability, clarity, and evidence. Their nervous system calms when the relationship feels knowable, when expectations are stated, and when your behavior is consistent across time. They do not need perfection, but they do need reliability. One of the simplest ways to build safety with Align One is through transparent communication. That does not mean long emotional processing conversations every day. It means being clear about what you mean, what you are doing, and what you intend. It means they are not forced to guess. Guessing is exhausting for Align One, because the unknown triggers their need to investigate and embrace. They also feel safe when you respect their pace. Align One bonds slowly. They want to observe you in different seasons, different moods, and different circumstances. They trust what holds up over time, not what is promised in a moment of emotion. If you allow the relationship to unfold without pushing them to be all in before they are ready, you are already speaking their language. Another major component of safety is being allowed to ask questions without being judged for it. Align One questions are rarely about interrogation. They are about orientation. Align One is trying to understand the terrain so they can relax into it. When a partner responds with irritation, defensiveness, or dismissal, the Align One does not become more trusting. They become quieter, more vigilant, and less open. Finally, safety for Align One is built through follow-through. Doing what you say you will do, showing up when you said you would, and keeping agreements matters a lot. Not because they are keeping score, but because consistency is proof that the ground is stable. What makes Align One afraid in love? The primary fear underneath Align One is being caught off guard. Their system is built to prevent painful surprises. This fear can look like overthinking, but it is often a protective intelligence that developed because at some point in life, the ground did not feel reliable. Align One is especially activated by inconsistency. Hot and cold behavior, sudden changes in plans, vague answers, disappearing when things get emotional, or shifting expectations without explaining them can create deep anxiety. Even if you are not leaving, even if you mean well, their body feels the instability, and it reads it as a threat. They can also become afraid when they are pressured into emotional exposure before trust is established. Being asked to share everything, commit quickly, or just open up can feel invasive. It may even feel unsafe to reveal their tenderness when they do not yet know if you will handle it carefully. Another fear trigger is being dismissed. If they share a concern, and the partner labels it as anxious, controlling, dramatic, or too much, the Align One learns that their inner world is not welcome. They may stop sharing. They may start researching silently. They may become hyper self-reliant. This is often the beginning of emotional distance. Line ones are also afraid of being with someone unpredictable, who expects them to be okay with ambiguity. A partner who lives in vague language, unclear intentions, or constant spontaneity without checking in can feel like a living stressor for a line one, even if that partner is kind. How the not self shows up for a line one. When a line one does not feel safe, the not self often shows up as mental looping. They may run scenarios, look for red flags, research attachment styles, analyze the relationship, or seek reassurance through logic. They may also pull back emotionally while staying physically present. Another common pattern is testing. This might look like asking questions to see if your answers match over time, watching your behavior more closely, or waiting to see if you will follow through. It is not manipulation. It is an attempt to reestablish safety through data. In more extreme cases, they may become controlling about plans or agreements because structure feels safer than uncertainty. Or they may go in the opposite direction and become avoidant, deciding it is safer not to need anyone at all. How to love a line one better. Loving a line one is about reducing unnecessary uncertainty and building trust through small, consistent behaviors. It is not about giving them constant reassurance. It is about becoming someone their body can relax around. Start by being clear. If you need time, say so. If plans change, explain why. If you are overwhelmed, communicate it before you shut down. Clarity is one of the greatest forms of intimacy for a line one because it removes the need to guess. Be consistent with your communication rhythm. You do not have to text all day, but be steady. If you typically respond within a few hours, do not disappear for 2 days without explanation. If you need space, name it. A line one does not fear space when it is communicated. They fear unexplained silence. Follow through on agreements, especially the small ones. Small broken promises teach the line one that the foundation is unstable. You can repair this easily by being realistic. Make fewer promises, keep more of them. Create safety during conflict by staying grounded. Line 1S do not respond well to emotional volatility, vague accusations, or threats. If you are upset, be specific. If you need something, ask directly. If you are triggered, own it. The calmer and clearer you are, the more quickly they can stay open. Welcome their questions as bids for closeness, not interrogation. If a line one asks what something meant, what your intention is, or where things are going, it is often because they want to relax into the relationship. Respond with steadiness. If you do not know, say you do not know, but offer a time to revisit. That alone builds trust. Most importantly, do not rush their timeline. A line one becomes deeply devoted once they trust you, but that devotion is earned through time and consistency. If you push for intensity before foundation, you will activate their defenses. If you build foundation patiently, their softness comes naturally. A simple way to work with a line one in real time. When your line one partner seems anxious or withdrawn, do not ask, "What is wrong with you?" or "Why can't you just trust me?" Instead, try, "I can feel something feels uncertain right now. What information would help you feel more grounded?" That question alone often shifts everything because it honors how they are wired. It tells them you are willing to build stability with them, rather than demanding they pretend to feel safe when they do not.